Did you know that the new Robert Eggers adaptation of Nosferatu almost couldn't have been made? If history had gone slightly differently, this stylish neo-silent revival would have had nothing to inspire it. Before the legend of this silent-era vampire masterpiece could find its way onto our screens again, the original 1922 film nearly vanished into the dusty corners of forgotten cinema. Unfolding against a backdrop of legal battles, destroyed prints, and an iron-willed determination to survive, Nosferatu's journey is as chilling as the creature it depicts. But before we plunge into the shadows of this story, welcome to Phantom Astronaut. If you find yourself drawn to the eerie and enchanting corners of the unknown, be it folklore, paranormal mysteries, or the secret histories of cinema, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Nosferatu, as it was originally conceived by F.W. Murnau and released in 1922, was never meant to be anything more than an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stokers' Dracula. The production failed to secure proper adaptation rights, and Stoker's widow, Florence Balcom, took the filmmakers to court. The estate of Bram Stoker famously sued the production team for copyright infringement, and the ruling was severe. All existing copies of Nosferatu were to be destroyed. Now imagine the cultural catastrophe had every frame of that film been lost forever. Yet, like the undead Count Orlok himself, Nosferatu refused to rest in peace. A few copies slipped through the cracks, traveling under darkness and secrecy, preserved by collectors who recognized something extraordinary in those haunting images. As these clandestine reels resurfaced over the years, Nosferatu was reintroduced to new audiences who found themselves captivated by its ethereal style, and haunting of Nosferatu lies not only in its triumphant return from legal limbo, but also in the continuous retellings and reinterpretations that have followed. One of the most admired remakes is Werner Herzog's 1979 Nosferatu the Vampire, which honored Murnau's vision while injecting it with its own poetic dread and meditative pacing. Decades later, the film also inspired the fascinating pseudo-behind-the-scenes narrative of Shadow of the Vampire, starring Willem Dafoe and John Malkovich, which cleverly posed the question, what if Max Schreck, the actor behind Count Orlok's unsettling visage, was more than just a man in makeup? Even Tim Burton's gothic winter action film, Batman Returns, borrows the name Max Schreck for Christopher Walken's industrialist tritagonist. These reimaginings and tributes prove that Nosferatu is not a static relic preserved behind archival glass. It's a living piece of cinema's tapestry, beckoning artists and audiences across generations to peer again and again into its moonlit frame. This ongoing fascination with Nosferatu runs deeper than mere nostalgia. Vampires have always inhabited a special place in our cultural psyche. Creatures born of folklore and terror, bound to the twilight realms between life and death. They represent our fears and desires, ageless outsiders who slip through civilized order to feed on human frailty. Nosferatu, being one of the earliest vampire films, set the stage for much that followed, shaping how we imagine these beings to this very day. Its atmosphere resonates with something primal in us, stirring that timeless dance of horror and fascination. In a world that increasingly tries to define and explain everything, vampires remain symbolic anchors, reminding us that not all can be tamed or reasoned away. Nosferatu in particular speaks to our lingering love for the uncanny, the mysterious, and the fragile threads that connect our modern visions to the shadowy past. Decrees, or the eroding forces of time. Nosferatu's presence continues to loom large in the vampire mythos, and as new interpretations emerge, they remind us why we remain so enthralled by these nocturnal predators. They hint that the human psyche, forever haunted by the unknown, will always find irresistible darkness lurking in the margins of our collective imagination. In this sense, Nosferatu, old and new, remains a vital piece of our cinematic and cultural legacy into the future. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadowy origins of Nosferatu and our never-ending dance with the vampire myth, please like, follow, and subscribe. Check out the description below to find more ways to support the channel and keep these explorations going. Until next time, I'm Phantom Astronaut.
And I will see you out there.